For billions of people across the world, their very identity, their personality, is tied to an animal. The fierce tiger, the noble dragon, the clever monkey, the Chinese zodiac. But have you ever stopped to ask the most fundamental question? Why that specific order? Why is the tiny, cunning rat first, while the mighty, celestial dragon is only fifth? The answer, according to legend, is not a random draw. It is the result of a great celestial race, a competition of strength, wit, betrayal, and determination, orchestrated by the supreme ruler of the heavens, the Jade Emperor himself. Today, we don't just tell a story, we investigate a legendary competition, analyzing the strategies and the fatal flaws that decided the order of the Zodiac, and in doing so, reveal the true characters hidden behind the animals we think we know. Our story begins with a grand proclamation from the Jade Emperor. To bring order to time itself, he declared that the first 12 animals to cross a mighty, fast-flowing river and reach his palace on the other side would be granted a year named in their honor, forever immortalized in the great celestial calendar. The news spread like wildfire, and all the animals of the kingdom prepared for the race of a lifetime. The first great drama of this race, however, happened before it even began. It was a cold case of betrayal. The cat and the rat were, at the time, the best of friends. But the rat, knowing the cat was a heavy sleeper, gave him a false start time, telling him the race was a day later than it actually was. The next morning, as all the other animals gathered at the riverbank, the cat was still sound asleep in his bed, dreaming of a victory that had already been stolen from him. This single act of deception is the legendary reason why the cat is not in the Zodiac, and why cats have hunted rats with a burning vengeance ever since. As the race began, the great river immediately presented a formidable obstacle. The larger, stronger animals plunged in. The mighty tiger, confident in his power, began to swim across with powerful strokes. But the smallest of the competitors, the rat, knew he could not win with strength. He needed to win with his mind. He saw the most powerful and kind-hearted of all the animals, the ox, preparing to enter the water. The rat approached the ox and flattered him, praising his strength and endurance. He proposed an alliance. "Dear ox, I am too small to cross, but my eyesight is keen. Let me ride upon your head to guide you past the treacherous currents, and we shall share the victory." The honest and good-natured ox agreed. He carried the rat across the river on his head, the tiny trickster staying perfectly dry while the ox did all the hard work. This was the first great strategic move of the race, a perfect example of brawn, a partnership that would place them far ahead of all the other competitors. As the ox neared the opposite bank, far ahead of everyone else, he was filled with pride. He knew he was about to be the first champion of the Zodiac. But just as his hooves touched the shore, the rat, in a final act of betrayal, leaped from his head and scurried across the finish line to take first place. The hard-working ox could only watch in stunned silence as the cunning trickster he had helped stole the ultimate prize. He had to settle for second place. Soon after, the powerful tiger emerged from the water, exhausted but proud to take third. Then came the gentle rabbit, who had cleverly hopped across a series of rocks. But the greatest surprise was the fifth to arrive, the dragon. The Jade Emperor was shocked, asking why the mighty flying dragon was not first. The noble dragon explained that on his way, he saw a village suffering from a drought, so he had to stop to make rain for them. He was delayed further when he saw the small rabbit struggling on the rocks and gave a gentle puff of breath to help it reach the shore. The emperor was deeply impressed by his kindness. The race continued with more displays of cunning and cooperation. The horse was galloping towards the finish line, about to take sixth place, when suddenly the snake, who had secretly coiled itself around the horse's hoof, slithered out, hissing loudly. The horse, terrified, reared up in shock, allowing the clever snake to slither past and claim sixth place, leaving the horse to take seventh. Soon after, a raft arrived, carrying three unlikely teammates: the goat, the monkey, and the rooster. They had found the raft together and had decided to cooperate. The rooster found the raft, the goat cleared the weeds, and the monkey pushed it into the river. Their teamwork impressed the emperor, who awarded them 8th, 9th, and 10th place based on the order they stepped ashore. The next to arrive was the dog, a great swimmer. He should have finished much earlier, but he had too much fun playing in the cool river water and completely forgot he was in a race. He sheepishly took 11th place. Finally, just as the emperor was about to close the gates, the pig arrived, oinking apologetically. He had gotten hungry during the race, stopped for a great feast, and then promptly fallen asleep. He just barely made it, taking the 12th and final spot. The story is told. The Jade Emperor's great race was not just a test of speed or strength. It was a perfect psychological test designed to reveal the true character of each animal. And their final placement is a direct result of the intelligence, kindness, arrogance, or indulgence they displayed. The rat won with cunning, but lost a friend. The ox was second due to his kindness, but also his na. The dragon was fifth because of his nobility. And the pig was last because of his love for a good meal. The Zodiac is not just a calendar. It is a timeless story about the different, flawed, and beautiful facets of our own personalities. A mirror showing us who we really are. So, a final question for you. Based on the story of the great race, which zodiac animal's character do you relate to the most?